range with a whole heap of ammo. It's all hunting ammo. Even the hand loads that I put together are hunting, like they're all hunting projectiles. And unfortunately, trying to fix that ramp and feed lip issue, I chewed up most of those points, the noses on them, pretty much most of them. So yeah, I don't know how much effect that had. So I just want to point that out, but it's not an excuse. So first of all, there's one issue that I've been rather interested in for quite a while, and that is like there seems to be a fair bit of conjecture as to the origins of the 270 Winchester cartridge, because one person says, oh, it's a neck down. One camp says it's neck down 3006. Another camp says no, it originated from the 3003 because it was first designed by Winchester in 1925 for, I believe, the Model 54. And then there's another camp that says you're both wrong. It's got nothing to do with the 3003 or the 3006. That is a pure coincidence, and the head diameter, which is, what is it? Where is it? The head diameter of the 270 is 0.473 of an inch. Now that head diameter, and it's not coincidental, is the same head diameter as the 7x57 Mauser and the 8x57 Mauser. But the 7x57 Mauser was the granddaddy of them all. That was my understanding, that was the first serious Spitzer chambering of the 98, 96, I'm not sure how early it went back, Mausers. So the 7x57 is the granddad. Sorry, I've got something in my eye. Sorry about the sunnies, but the day's been really, really bright, and looking through that scope at that brightness all day has really just stuffed them. You know, I really need a nap. Or a slap. Yeah, most people would probably say I need a slap, or quite a few. But in any case, the origins of the Winchester. Now, if you look up Wikipedia, it says blah 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 blah. It was developed in 1923, unveiled in 1925 for the Model 54 bolt action Winchester. The cartridge is a neck down 3006 Springfield. Now, the 270, 280 Remington and 3006 were all derived from the 3003 parent case. Now, I just want to point one thing out. 3003 and 3006 were never government designations. Those terms never existed in the US government military nomenclature. They are purely notional and made up, and subsequently have been used pretty much. Well, now 3006 is 3006. But what they were originally called was, where is it? They were originally called Ball Cartridge 30 US Government Model of 1903 or 1906, which is what it became later. So, so this idea that it's a neck down 3006, 30 odd 6, aught 6, or 30 aught 3 is, from the research that I've done, and especially if you watch Gun Blue 490, that gentleman, I don't know his first name. So the 270 Winchester is similar to the 30-06 in that it has a head diameter of 0.473. It is not based on the 3003 or 3 as stated by many. The true parent cartridge is the granddaddy of them all, the 7x57 Mauser, which has a head diameter of 0.473, and the Germans actually took the United States to international court over the patent infringement on that, and they won. And then World War I came along, and the Americans said, stuff you, we're not paying you anything. So the Germans were never paid a cent, or a Pfennig if you're in Germany. So let's see, what else can I say? The reason why the Winchester, the 270 case is slightly different in length, and it was done at slightly longer, 07 longer or whatever it is, and it was designed so that you couldn't chamber it in a 30-06 chamber. So now I'm of the belief that clearly Winchester was looking at the 30-06 and said, yeah, we could do something very similar to this, and I'm pretty sure there was a relationship there, but it's not strictly based on it, because there are probably, God knows, 20 at least cartridges that have exactly that same head diameter. I think even the 1911 45 Auto, the 45 Auto has got the same diameter. So there you go. There's a little bit of info regarding that. Now, how did I stop changing it, stop, trying to get to the meat of the subject, and that is, how did I go with the testing? Now, I had a whole, like half a dozen boxes of hunting ammo, and they weren't the best, so this is the sort of garbage that it was churning out. Now, first of all, I'm going to say that in the past, when I've ever had a rifle on a bench and was doing accuracy testing, literally what I would do is, and this is a bench rest thing, put in as little human physical input into the process as possible. So, like, especially with 17 Hornet and all 243 and everything, 223 and that, I would literally just depress the trigger, like pull the trigger. I would depress the trigger just with 2 fingers, the thumb at the back of the trigger guard and the forefinger on the trigger, and I would just literally not be touching anywhere else. So that thing was just solid and still, and then I would just let the rifle do whatever it wanted. Now, up till this point, that technique has served me well. I would get good to very good groups, to some crazy, insane groups using that technique. Now, so using that technique, these are the sort of the groups that I was getting. Like that's the whole group. I was doing 5-shot groups. The whole 5-shot group was 4.1 inches. Now there was 3 rounds at 1 inch, and then there was 2 massive flyers. So 4.1 inches. Horrific. I'm sitting there shooting, going. My heart was just sinking, and I was feeling the life force drain from me. This one, again, not a bad group, and a flyer with 2.6. Otherwise that would have been just over 1 inch. These are all hunting lows, and it's all hunting ammo, and like Remington and Winchester and all the brands that I don't like using. This one was 2 strung sideways. Actually, it was like that, strung sideways. I mean, that one's strung vertical, this one's strung sideways, all over the place. Then this one was it was like that actually. Yeah, so I've got 2.8, I've got 3 there, then 2 there, 3.8, then 2, 3 there and 2 there, and then 2.9. So it was just a nightmare, like a living nightmare. It was like watching a train wreck. There's nothing you can do about it. It's happening in slow motion before your eyes. And then this happened. What happened here? It was like that. It was like that. 2, 3.5 with a massive flyer. And then this one here, 0.75, and I think there's only 4 there, and I think there's a massive flyer there which would have pushed it out to over 2 inches. So, and this one, what's this one? This one was 2. I don't know, there must have been a flyer somewhere, because there's 2 rounds there, one there, but with those 4 there's 2, and there was a flyer, went, I don't know, God knows where. Then this one there is 2.3, like 2, this is the thing, like 2 through pretty much the same hole, 2 that are almost the same hole, and then just crap everywhere, and then 2.8, like two really right next to each other, and then these three over here, and then three in less than an inch, and then these two over here. It was just all over the place. I'm just racking my brain going, what is going on? And I'm using the as little human input as possible technique. And like, I was almost, I'd used the majority of my ammunition, and so I was just racking my brain trying to figure out what is going on here. This is a quality made firearm with a good barrel, and it's doing this. Why? Now, one reason is that it was hunting ammo, crap hunting, like Remington core lock. That's always, you know, done crap for me. Winchester Super X, that's always done crap for me. What were some of the others? Not Hornady. I can't remember, but yeah, it was just all hunting ammo. It was like 6 different boxes of hunting ammo. There was 2 different weights of core lock, 130 and 150s, and it was just the nightmare. I'm shooting this fly away. Get out of my beer, God. Yeah, of course he gets me. Yeah, I'm having a beer because I've just gotten home, and I'm just trying to relax and do this video at the same time. Pardon me. Now, so I'm sitting there going, something's not right. So I took the scope off, checked the bases, they were solid. The scope, rings were solid. I put it back on, tried again, got the same results. And I was just going crazy. And then I had an epiphany. A light bulb went off inside my head because I'd remembered that there's a Canadian chap, he's got a YouTube channel called Rifle Chair, really good channel, you should watch it. He's a real Lee Enfield fan, big time Lee Enfield fan. I won't hold that against him, you know, jokes, just jokes. Anyway, I remember watching this video of his, and he was talking about this. I'm pretty sure it was him. He was talking about a Winchester Model 70 that he purchased. It was new, and so he put it on the bench and started shooting it, and it was just doing horrendous groups. Like, really, considering that it's the rifleman's rifle, and there's so much been written about it and how everyone loves it and whatever. It was just doing really poor groups, and I'm not sure where he got the information from, whether it was online in a chat forum or whether one of his friends, I think it might have been one of his friends also had one, and he gave him some advice regarding it. And funnily enough, the Model 70 is in a lot of ways very similar to this. It's got a Mauser action, Schnabel forend, lightweight barrel, and I thought, hey, I remember that. And what happened was that his buddy or whoever said to him, listen, if you want to get decent accuracy out of that thing, what you have to do is that you have to grab a hold of that forend and hold it down like your life depends on it. And when he did that, guess what? His groups became acceptable, like an inch. So, having remembered that, I tried that technique, and what I got, see, with the Remington core locked, I got 1.7 and 1.7, right? And because I had like 3 and then 2 flyers. Same here, 3, 2 flyers. So it still wasn't brilliant, but it was certainly a lot better. It was certainly better than those other ones. So then I still had some hand loads left, so I shot off my hand loads using that technique, and I got 1.5 and 1.6. And I was shooting those hand loads in the beginning, and I don't even have the targets here that I shot with that in the beginning, because I threw them away because they were just like 4 inches typically. Easy 4 inch. That's with the hand loads. But as soon as I did the old grip it, I just grabbed onto that thing both hands and just held that thing solid up against my shoulder. And straight away, I got results. So, if you get one of these, if you want to get decent accuracy, you have got to grip the thing like your life depends on it. Now, I've got some more projectiles, and I'll just grab them and show them to you. Back in a sec. Rightio, back. The only brass that I could get off the shelf out of the two gun stores that I go to in the town, right, well, in the city where the gun stores are, is PPU brass. Now, I've got 100 cases of that. I don't know, I've tried PPU ammo before and it was garbage. So I don't know how this brass is going to go. Hopefully it's not garbage. So I've got some projectiles that are meant for accurate shooting, not those soft nosed pieces of crap. So I got 150 grain Hornady SSTs, which are polymer tip. Then also got 130 grain SSTs with the polymer tip. It is a polymer tip, isn't it? Yes. Doesn't say. It looks like the red tip, so it'll be the polymer tip. And then I also got, from the other shop, I got 145 grain ELD X's. So I've got to get a wriggle on, because I've got to put these projectiles together and then go back tomorrow and prove to myself and to everyone else that this thing can actually shoot MOA. Now, whether that happens or not, I don't know. But I'm going to try a few different powder weights with those 3 different projectiles. And the old grip it like, you know, you're holding onto your soul technique, and see how I go. But I just wanted to update you on what happened, because, you know, I'm going to tell you the truth. And so that was like, with those hunting hand loads, those hunting soft point projectiles, looking at 1.5 inches, which, as far as a hunting rifle is concerned, that's not bad. You know, that's all right. But, and especially what this rifle's meant for deer hunting, and yeah, where I want to hunt deer, you're not going to be shooting over 100 metres at all. So, but in any case, that's no excuse. Yeah, so the results in the end were adequate, but not good. And in the beginning, they were shockingly bad. Well, not shockingly bad, but they were bad. So I've got to pull my finger out and make up a whole lot more hand loads with good projectiles, and we'll see how we go, and you'll hear again from me tomorrow. So I think that's covered pretty much everything, and I'll see you later.